Students, today we are going to tell you about the electrochemical process or electrochemical reduction of alumina. You know that Al2O3, this is our alumina. If we want to obtain aluminium from alumina, we have to do the reduction of alumina. Reduction of alumina of Al2O3 not possible by carbon monoxide or other metal. Now, because aluminium is a reactive metal and is lying at a lower side of the Ellingham diagram, it is difficult to reduce alumina. You can go and see the Ellingham diagram which I have discussed, and the complete chart is given, the diagram of graph is given in all the books. The alumina is lying in the lower side of the Ellingham diagram, therefore it is a reactive metal, and Al2O3, what we are saying is Al2O3 is very stable oxide. Very stable oxide, it has a high melting point. It is difficult to reduce alumina and not possible to reduce by CO, carbon or carbon monoxide. There are some other metals also like magnesium oxide, etc., which are not possible to be reduced by smelting process or using carbon or carbon monoxide. So it was decided that then we have to use electrochemical method. Electrochemical method for the reduction of alumina. We will apply a potential difference, we will apply pass electricity and break the aluminium and oxide ions, and we will use two electrodes, and then what will happen, we know that when we will pass when we will use a battery of high voltage, we will be able to dissociate Al2O3 into aluminium ions and oxide ions, and if we have two electrodes, positive and negative, this will move towards the this is a cation will move towards the negative plate, which is cathode, and ion will move towards the positive plate, which is anode, and then we should be able to get oxygen and aluminium. But student, it is not that easy, because Al2O3 has very high melting point and it has poor conductivity. Therefore, how will we do the electrochemical process? Earlier it was very difficult, and aluminium was very costly metal. But the problem was solved when what they found is, it was found by the scientists that if we add flux, what we will do if we add flux in Al2O3, and the flux which we are using is Na3Al6. This is called cryolite and calcium fluoride fluorospar. Then the problem is solved. What is the problem? They reduce the melting point of Al2O3, and also they make it more conductive. So the melting point comes down, and now it becomes possible for us to do this process. Earlier the melting point was very high. By adding these, what we call as a flux in the Al2O3, we can do the electrochemical reduction of Al2O3. So it became possible, and after that aluminium became very cheap. Therefore, let us see. Here I have drawn a diagram of the cell, electrochemical cell, which we are using. See, here we have anode, which are our carbon anode, students, and cathode is made up of iron with carbon lining. So here you have iron vessel, carbon lining. This is my carbon anode. This is my positive, this is my negative plate, and here I have what molten electrolyte is molten Al2O3 plus what we are adding, Na3Al6 plus CaF2. This is about 80% and this is about 20%. So you can see that large amount of these are added because it becomes, the melting point is lowered around 170 Kelvin, and also the conducting becomes very high, and electrolytic process becomes favorable and easy for us. And you see, the main thing is to make it as less cost as possible so that we can get aluminium at a lower cost. Let us see what are the reactions which are taking place. Students, you have Al2O3, you are getting aluminium ions, oxide ions. So here 3, then what you have added is, students, Na3, AlF6, what it will give? This will form 3 NaF plus AlF3. And what is this 3 NaF going to do? Students, 3, and this is giving 3 sodium and 3 fluoride ions. And students, what you are already having, these ions also present in this. So what is happening at the cathode reduction? Al3 plus 3 electrons, you are getting aluminium. So at the cathode you are getting aluminium, and what is going to happen? There are other ions also, but this preference depending on the value of the electrode potential, this is preferred reaction, this takes place. And at anode, students, what are the possibilities? You are having O minus 2 and you are also having F minus. So what is going to happen if I have O minus 2, and it will go at the anode and react with carbon. Let us see if it reacts with the carbon, what is going to happen. If you get CO plus 2 electron, and if you have O minus 2 of this, then you can get CO2 plus 4 electrons. So this is the processes which are happening at anode. And also if I consider 3F minus, what happened to that? This will go to 3F2 and 3 electrons. So then this 3F2 can also react with alumina, which is present again to form AlF3 and 3Y2O2. So you can see the cycle which is going on. You have added this AlF3, which is reproduced in the reaction and can be reused within the cell. So what is happening, interesting thing is that the oxygen which is produced, students, this will react with carbon of the anode, to produce CO and CO2. That means anode is being used up. So what will be the result of this, students? This reaction is exothermic. Lot of heat is produced and anode is burnt. Anode is burnt because your carbon of the anode is reacting with oxygen. This carbon is getting burnt because the oxygen is going to react with this, from carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. Reaction is exothermic. Lot of heat is generated. That is why we have added carbon powder or carbon dust. Carbon powdered or carbon dust on the top of the with molten Al2O3. What it will do, students, that this carbon powder will absorb lot of heat, hence will prevent wastage of heat by radiation. One thing, wastage of heat by radiation. One point. Second, if large amount of heat is liberated, this can ignite the things. So there could be, it will also prevent ignition due to large heat which is liberated. The large heat which is liberated, the reaction is highly exothermic, so it can burn the all the electrodes of the carbon. Therefore, to stop it and so that the reaction or the oxidation of the electrodes of the anode becomes slow, this carbon powder is added on the top of this. So it traps the most of the heat inside it, and slowly you will see the anode will start burning and it will get used up. And for every kg of aluminium used, 0.5 kg, about 0.5 kg of carbon is used. Carbon anode used. So after the reaction is over, you will see that the anodes have been used up and we will have to replace the anode again. So okay student, this is how we get aluminium by electrochemical process. In my next lecture, I will tell you about the refining of the metals.